Alright, welcome back. Hope you're having a good day. One of my many ficus cuttings that I need to go ahead and just work a little bit. I've been kind of neglecting a lot of them. Decided today was just a good day to work this guy. I knew it had this root here, and I've just been kind of letting that go. Figured that was probably what was fueling such good growth with it and everything. Pretty good growth for being in the size pot it is, and also just the size cutting that it is. But I had to cut it loose to get it inside, and so take that off. And I'll have to hit that with my knob cutters here just so I can get it to sit. Sit on the stand right here. Alright, and just to finish up here and get all the growing tips off, I don't know if you guys can see, this thing was just about to start to give some fruit. Probably cut a good time to go ahead and prune it up like this. Let it put some of the energy back into some back budding instead of fruit. And then I am going to take, I think this one was kind of getting to be a little bit of a competing apex with that side. Good cluster of growth there. And go ahead and just take that thing off. And some of these little twigs, I've never really had much luck with wiring the little twigs, but some of these elongated ones, I would like to get some wire on these. So I'm just going to wire out the main branches and see what it looks like after that. I can kind of see why I was letting this thing grow out so much. It's always cool to get a nice thick cutting to take like that, but it does have, I left that a little aerial root coming out of a wound. It's got the huge chop mark there. That's probably why I just left it in that one spot for years, just kind of trying to let it grow out. These do not cover over the wounds as quickly as I thought they would. I thought maybe they might go as quickly as some of the maples I've seen in some videos and everything, but it definitely does not. It will eventually though. Alright, so I got a little wire in there, trying to get some movement. In those branches before it starts back budding here. And the last thing I'm going to do is just take a look at it. When this thing buds back out, I might consider repotting it. I do want to take a look at what that root looks like where I cut it off from where it had come out there. First off, hate to do this right here, but I clean off the leaves that are on top there. Losing a little bit of soil there isn't that big of a deal. And not too bad, it's just that one root. And so what I am going to do is I'm going to spin it around before I put it back into the pot. And just so that one root doesn't try to go through that same hole it already started. And then I'll just see how well this thing has established itself once it starts back budding from here, and decide if I want to repot it or just let it grow in this pot for a little while. It's been doing fine. Once it's lost that huge root coming out of the bottom, and sometimes they react a little differently than if it didn't have that, but we'll just have to see. Alright, and here we are, pretty much exactly 2 months later. You can see it recovering pretty well. Little dieback at the end of that branch there. Plenty of new growth. I figure about the time that all the foliage on this kind of covers up the wires, it'll be about time to take the wires off anyway, so I'll let it go for a while. Pluck off a couple of these unwanted buds while I've got it in here. Well, didn't really want to take that much off. I just wanted to kind of take off a couple of the obvious ones I didn't want to keep, but anyhow, looking pretty good already here in just a couple months. It's already got a few roots coming out of the bottom there. Just go ahead and clip those off. Right at that end of that video, I disturbed the roots, and actually I think I might have taken and tried to turn it around so it wouldn't pick the same hole to just kind of grow through. It's going to happen with a tree like this anyhow. Tree this thick and with this much energy and that small of a pot. Really like to get this wound healed up before I go trying to put it in a nice pot, but I think within a year or so I'll definitely have to move it into something maybe a little bit bigger at least. But we'll see how it goes. I think it's looking, pretty good for now.